Hey y'all, Jamie Harris here. I'm a folk singer and a native Texan, and I'm so excited to be here today to tell you about the Sims Foundation. The Sims Foundation provides mental health and substance use recovery services for music industry professionals and their families. I personally have received a lot of benefits from the Sims Foundation, and I'm so proud that they're based in Austin, Texas, and that they serve Austin music industry professionals and their families. And right now, we're raising money during Mental Health Awareness Month for the Sims Foundation. You can donate by sending a text. Just say the word Sims, text that to 44321, or send a PayPal donation to info@simsfoundation.org. Or you can even hop onto their website, which is simsfoundation.org/donate, and donate there and read a bunch about the Sims Foundation and what they're doing to help musicians and other industry professionals. Thanks a bunch.
Hey everybody, Serg
Yo, what's up, man?
Dimitrijevic. Did I say that right?
You said it correctly, absolutely. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm really good, bro. Really good. I'm really happy to be here and doing this with you.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you're doing it. I didn't think, I think you guys, yeah, because of quarantine, we had Christian on earlier, and then wanted you to play with him so bad, and then you couldn't make it because of the quarantine stuff. And
I know. Well, I mean, we're sort of abiding by the whole thing and trying to keep it cool, and we like, as you know, we live like 5 minutes away from each
yeah.
other, which is even the crazy thing. But no, we've been, just trying to do the right thing for everybody, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Serg is our second to last artist for the Sofa Session series. How long have we known each other? Probably, damn,
A lot of years, probably
a
8
lot of
years.
years.
Yeah, probably 8 years, maybe.
Yeah.
8 years or so.
And Serg just happens to be the guitar player for Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is probably my all-time favorite band.
Mine too.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I remember asking you a while back. I was like, dude, how did you even get that gig? And you're like, man, that's just all I ever did. Like, I loved Earth, Wind, and Fire so much, and you knew all the stuff, which is like, if you go back, like, I'm thinking, like, how Lenny Pickett got the Tower or Power gig when he was like 16 or 17.
Yeah, right.
He was like, he would just stand outside the. Did you ever hear that story?
No.
That he would, Lenny Pickett is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would stand outside of he knew where they rehearsed in Oakland, and so he would stand outside the practice room when they were practicing and learn everything. Like, he would always be there.
Wow.
He just played everything. And then there was one point that their saxophone player, something happened, and he was just out automatically. And they were like, well, who do we get as a sub? And they're like, man, let's just get this kid that's outside. He's killing it.
His kid, exactly.
And he's killing it, so.
That's a great story. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and of course, he's one of the best saxophone players of all time, I think. But so are you, man. You're killing it.
I appreciate it, man. My sax chops are great, I know.
So we actually, Serg and I met through a mutual friend, Christian, who played earlier in the series. And did you guys move together? I mean, you're both Australian, so you guys moved together to LA.
Well, we've known each other for like 20 years, but Christian was here probably about 6 months or so just before I got here, and I sort of came out on a vacation to hang out with him, and I'm still here loving it, you know what I mean? So.
And you have a good gig.
Well, man, I can't complain. I'm the happiest kid in this house, so it's an amazing opportunity, and you've got a chance to meet some of the guys and stuff like that, and the people that I work with, and I really am lucky, man. And they're like, what it's like with touring with especially a big entourage and all that sort of stuff. You might have some personalities or something that might clash. It's like, it's one of the best gigs I've ever done as far as, obviously musically and whatever, but just everybody gets along great. It's like one big happy family, and it's just so nice to be part of that, and to also know that, we all know what the message is with the band, through the music and lyrics, and it's good to see that it's in real life as well.
It's
not
like
just,
embodied in the people.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not just a thing, you know, for it's like it goes backstage, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that, you know, that I've met through meet and greet and a whole bunch of stuff, and they're just really overwhelmed at how great everybody is, and it's, you know, and it's awesome to be a part of that, you know.
Yeah, when I've met some of those guys, I mean, when Verdine came to our show, he was
All
like,
right.
he was so cool, and like, I mean, it's like every time I see somebody like that from one of my like Rod Temperton or
Oh,
something
totally.
like that, I'm just like, man, you have no idea. There's not a lot of them. Or
No,
Lenny Pickett. When I met Lenny Pickett, I'm just like, he came up to me. He's like, hey, I'm Lenny, and I was like,
I
dude,
know.
I know exactly who you are. Like, you
Exactly.
know, but you know, the guys in Earth, Wind and Fire, everybody's been so supportive and sweet,
Yeah.
and I met them through. You and I kind of have a band together. I mean, you and Christian
Yeah.
started it, and then it went in one direction, and then now you know, in the past few years, you guys decided to go another direction, which I became involved in,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and it's been some of the best music I've ever made, man. I mean, I'm a huge fan of both you guys, and to be working with you guys, hopefully we'll have a record out by the end of the year.
Well, man, and we absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, we feel absolutely the same way, bro. But and you know, we would have had something recorded by now, and hopefully out by summertime. That was the plan, and we're all, you know, as you know, we're all talking about it. But unfortunately, just the way things are, it's just hard to go into studios and get some stuff done that we need done in that way. I mean, we can do a lot of stuff from home, which we do a lot, like yourself, and but there's just some certain things like some drums or whatever, just to get
Well,
it.
we got to be to make it the way we want it, we have to be
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, and people have been asking so much about it because, you know, we keep dropping those weekly videos and people keep asking, is that going to be on the albums? And I'm like, man, we just want to be able you know, there's so much material and we just got to sift through it all and just make sure that it's the right stuff. But you're definitely part of it in the Groove Line Horns, man, which we're just like so stoked. It just changed the whole vibe and it just became this thing. So we're so stoked about it and just, you know, like.
Yeah, Serg has a group, him and Christian, called the Intergalactics. If you go to their Instagram or and Facebook, I mean, everywhere, you guys post. They started posting these videos every week of them coming up with little snippets of songs and stuff, and they became building after time. And I've been a part of some of them, and then even the stuff that I'm not a part of at the time. Then I'll say, man, I really want to put some stuff on that, and they'll send me the tracks, and then we'll record them. And we've actually played one show together at the Viper Room in LA. We did that last year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the record is coming.
The record is definitely coming. The tracks are all there. As you know, we've worked our asses off. We have. It's like all the materials there and even some new stuff. It's just a matter of, you know, like I said, just the logistics of just where we are at the moment. I'm sure that's all going to change eventually. And there'll be definitely something out that, you know, everyone can grab.
So if you guys are just tuning in, we are here for the Sims Foundation. Sims Foundation provides mental health and addiction recovery services for musicians, music industry professionals like booking agents, touring crew, lighting guys, and their families. So all of the people in the music industry and their families. And it's an amazing thing. It's been around for 25 years. It's the only organization that specifically deals with mental health and addiction for music industry in the world, pretty much, I think. I know definitely in the U.S., but so we're raising money. Serg is going to play some music for you, and there's 3 ways to donate. You can text, if you're in the U.S., you could text SIMS, S-I-M-S, to 44321. You can use PayPal. The email address is info@simsfoundation.org. Or you can go straight to the website, simsfoundation.org/donate. Anything will help. Please donate. And with that, Big Serg, shall we have some music, sir?
Would you like some music, sir? Well, yeah, look, I mean, I would have really loved to have been doing this, you know, as you know, with us all playing together. So, you know, like I told you, got a couple little tracks here going. So, yeah, I'm just going to have a bit of fun and I'm sure we'll get back to some more chatting, right?
Yeah, and you're about to play our stuff, the intergalactic stuff.
Exactly. This is the intergalactic stuff featuring the Groove Line horns, which, you know, was all the horns and stuff were written by Carlos and a couple of the other fellas, I'm sure. But, yeah, it's just basically taking the recordings like that we have and just made some tracks so I can basically do this and have some fun. And you know, obviously we can't do it live. So hopefully this is the next sort of best thing to enjoying some of this stuff that we both created, you know, so.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll stop boring
See
you.
you in a bit.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Wrong one.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, one, two, three.
How was that?
Nice.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I'm just like, just floored. I'm like, man, I cannot wait
I
till
know,
we
right?
put that record out. You know, I haven't heard some of that stuff in so long. We basically recorded that stuff over the period of a couple of years.
Well, absolutely, yeah. There's stuff that that we did, yeah, that was basically done, or little, we've been working for a few years, man. So there's a whole bunch of ideas, and that's the beauty of those weekly things we were doing, is that each week it's a new idea, it's a new jam. We're not, we're just not trying to do covers or whatever like that, and that's great, but we're just trying to sort of just keep creative and keep putting out stuff, that's kind of new, and not all of it's great. Some of it turns out all right. Some, so it is what it is, man. We're just happy to be putting stuff out,
Yeah, man, I love it, man. I cannot wait till we have a record.
Yes,
Can't wait.
exactly. Me too.
If you guys are just tuning in, Serg plays with Earth, Wind, and Fire. He also plays with the Intergalactics, which is a project that I'm a part of, and we're here to raise money for the Sims Foundation. We have one donation so far.
Oh, fantastic. Susan Ray.
Susan Ray.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Susan.
She's an amazing person and very supportive all the time with especially my project and a whole bunch of other stuff, and a big EWF fan. So thank you so much, Susan.
And I think is this your mother that's watching?
Is my mum watching? Hi, Mum. Yeah, I told her to tune in.
Yeah, your mom's. What time is it in Australia right now?
I think it's just after 9 a.m. It's almost 9:30.
It's a morning funk jam for your mom.
Wow, how's that? I never thought I'd get to say that. Hi, Mum. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
I know. I told her to tune in. She was so excited. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we are here for the Sims Foundation. We're raising money. Serg is kind enough to, give us some time this afternoon to play for us and help raise money. Sims provides mental health and addiction recovery services for musicians, music industry professionals, and their families in Central Texas, based out of Austin. And Sims has been around for 25 years, so it's been a while. And, you know, everybody's struggling right now, but especially, I think, I mean, not to single anybody out, but I think musicians as well, we might be the last to go back to work.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah. And
Seems that way.
it's a hard time. So, you know, if you guys can find it somehow to donate anything, $5, $10,
Anything helps.
yeah, anything helps. I mean, our biggest
And,
donation through this whole series, I think, is a little over $1,000 from one person. So that's awesome.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, and it's definitely something. And like I said, I'm so fortunate that I think you made me aware of this organization, Sims, because it is based in Austin, which you are as well, and it's unlike any other service provided for musicians and people of the industry with this sort of help anywhere in the world. I've never heard of any of this, and as you know, I'm from Australia, and you know, you telling me about this being around for 25 years and stuff like that. I mean, that's just incredible to even get to 25. I mean, to even get to 2 years is a lot, but 25 years,
Right.
it just shows you that people need help, you know, and it's okay, and it's a great thing. And you know, I just feel I wish there was stuff like that elsewhere, because you know, I mean, you've traveled a lot, I travel a lot, and you know, we get to connect with so many different people in so many different countries, and I'm sure we've seen it as well, where you know, certain situations, especially with what we do, and you know, things are always around or whatever it is. So I guess temptations are maybe there more for people and stuff. And I just think like having something like The Sims, and just even having the awareness that there is an organization to help, I just think that'll benefit a lot of people, because I guess sometimes people want that, but just don't know how to do it. And especially coming from where we come from, you know, from this industry, I just think it's really important to have that established, and the fact that even the families are also looked after, which obviously, because it impacts everybody, the individual obviously the most, but as well as the family, kids, wives, brothers, sisters, mothers. You know, so it's really great, and that's why I told you, man, anything I can do just to be part of it, because it's something that I know I've seen, I'm sure you've seen, and we all have stories of people struggling with addictions or mental illness as well. And I know this month of May is Mental Awareness Month, so
Yeah.
this is a great thing that you're doing in this particular time. So it's just all of it sort of connected, which, like I said, and especially now, how you know, we've got a lot of time on our hands and a lot of time to sort of think about things and to sort of like really see what's kind of needed for people. I think this is definitely a very, very worthy cause, and definitely can help a lot of people. And I'm just so surprised no one else has sort of got on board and taken this around the world, you know what I mean, and made it available for a lot of people.
Yeah,
So,
I think you know, we should definitely try to expand this idea and this this organization past, you know, outside of Texas. I mean, I think
yeah,
if it's cool, because a lot of my friends, I mean, when we decided to do this series, this concert series this month, I just basically called all my friends. I'm like, hey, I've got this thing, you know, trying to raise money for, and all of my friends in LA and in Nashville and in New York um, and here in Texas, especially outside of Texas, they're like, man, I've never heard of this, but yeah, I'm in 100%. I'm gonna do whatever I can.
oh,
Uh,
totally. And
right, because it's awesome. Like, they're like, man, I wish we had something like that in LA, man. You know, being a musician, what we chose to do with our lives, it's like, I mean, I never had a real choice. You know, it was like, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other people, it's just like,
I,
this is what you have to do. I didn't have a backup plan. I was just, this is what I was going to do. And with that comes a lot of, you know, just practicing and working on your craft is a very isolating thing. You can't do it with anybody else.
right.
It's a personal thing. So it's very isolating. And then being on the road so much too, no matter, you know, I've been in bands, toured with bands that are at the highest level and at the lowest level. And it doesn't matter if you're staying at the Ritz-Carlton or Four Seasons, everywhere you go, it's isolating. You're away from your families, you're away from your friends. You
Loved
have your,
one.
like, yeah. And so the depression thing is a real thing for musicians, no matter what level, and then addiction as well. And I've been on tours with people with, that, just get so wrapped up in alcohol and substances, and I've seen it just demolish them. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why we're here. If you guys can please donate.
Please, guys, anything you can do. Like Carlos said, if you're within the United States, you can text SIMS SIMS to 44321. If you're in the States or anywhere else around the world, there's PayPal, which is what's the email? Is it info Sims Foundations, or is it just simsfoundations.org?
info@simsfoundation.org.
Okay, info@simsfoundations.org. And the third one is the website, simsfoundation.org/donate. Like Carlos said, and I'm saying anything helps. It's such a great cause. And, Carlos has been doing this. I have to commend you, man. You've been doing this pretty much every day. And I know how much it takes just to get a little, people just see the hour, but they don't see a lot of the prep work. And I just want to commend you on all the hard work, and Scott and everyone that's there in the team, because it's not easy. And especially with technology and trying to get all this going. I mean, obviously it'd be easy if we were in the same room, but yeah, man, big props to you and all the guys, because it's such a big thing, and you guys have done an amazing job, and, congrats, man. It's awesome.
Thank you. We had, I'm on the board of the foundation, and we usually do we've been doing it for a while. It's like a living room kind of house concert at the office once a month. And we had a talk at the end of April about, the pandemic and everything that's happened. And somebody said, how can we put this on the virtual platform and start, streaming this? And they're like, I was the guy, like the tech guy and the music guy or whatever. You can figure it out. And I was like, yeah, I can figure it out. And then somebody said, wait, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's have a different artist every night. I was like, you can handle that, right? I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I can handle it. And it was, at the beginning, it was pretty easy because and then I was trying to figure out how to do it from my house. And then I called a buddy of mine, Scott Railing, who owns this broadcast studio called L2 Productions. I asked him for advice, and he said, look, all of our events got canceled, so I would love to donate my studio for this cause as well. And at first, he said, you don't have to do anything from your house, just come to this studio. So we worked it all out, and then every day it was like technical difficulty, all these things, like different people have different rigs and all that stuff. And I just basically sent out a call to all my friends, like, to get as many people as I can to give their time and to work this out and perform for everybody and
absolutely,
and raise money. And I'm so grateful that you wanted to do it. So.
Oh, bro, I told you, man. I called you up personally. I was like, what? Just tell me what it is. I'm there. What do I got to do? So absolutely my pleasure, man. And, I've spoken to you about this topic as well, privately and stuff like that. So it's something that I'm very aware of the situation and stuff. And I just, like I said, anything, just time, and whoever's watching, like I said, please donate, guys, if you can. It's such a great cause. Anything helps, 5, 10, anything you can. I know it's a crazy time at the moment, but it's definitely worth helping out, because a lot of people, this is the thing, and this is a strange thing that happens, when something happens around the world, or there's some devastating bushfires or fires, musicians and artists are the first ones to put on benefit concerts for anything, for relief, for farmers, or any type of relief. Like, we're the first ones to put out our hand and go, what can we do? We want to just put on a performance, and all the money can go to, whichever channel they're doing it for. And that's fantastic. That's what we do all the time. But when it comes back to giving back to the arts, and this is a little thing where, some people just don't see that side of it, and the millions of crew that's behind the curtain creating the magic that they see and hear and feel every night, they also have families and have whatever. So it's like, I just don't want those people to be forgotten too, and just realize that as much as everyone's watching the people on stage, it's not just the people on stage, because some people think, well, they've got a great life. Look at them, they're up on stage and thousands of screaming fans, which obviously makes sense. But the reality is everything that you mentioned and other things that, life on the road, being away from, maybe your kids are sick or what, you don't know what people are dealing with. So I think it's great through this platform for people to see that. Like I said, musicians are the first people and whatever to give for other causes. It'd be nice that people can also give for this, because it's like all those people that are constantly giving for other causes are the silent part, and they don't always get heard. So this is something that's amazing. And like I said, and you said, guys, if you can, please donate. It's such an amazing cause, and it really goes to help a lot of great people that just need a bit of a hand, and their families, you know. So
yeah, if you've been watching this concert series and you haven't donated, or you're watching right now and haven't donated, please donate right now. Text SIMS to 44321. Go to PayPal. Use the email address info@simsfoundation.org, or go straight to the website simsfoundation.org/donate, and give whatever you can. We have some more donations here.
oh, fantastic. Oh, okay. Shangling Chu. That's a donation?
Yes.
That's my girlfriend, Lana, who you've met, and it's fantastic. Thank you. She's watching, and she's definitely into the cause and the whole thing. So thank you, babe. That's an amazing. Michael Keating, an amazing friend I've known, probably one of the first bands I've ever been in as a kid. He's in Australia. Michael, thank you so much, bro. That's absolutely amazing. So he's watching. That's awesome. It's early over there, but and Bill Bulk. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know Bill personally, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but thanks you so much, Bill. Like Carlos and I said, everything helps. So it's absolutely amazing. So thank you, guys. And like I said, keep it coming in. And, you know, we've only got one more. This is the second last show. So there's one more tomorrow night, right? So
yeah,
you've got the last 2 days to send in your donations and really help this cause. And
actually, you could keep donating, because the all of the concerts are archived on Facebook and all the social platforms. So,
okay, so
it's not like you can just donate today.
Gotcha.
Keep donating anytime they watch. And tomorrow night, our final performance is Taylor Hanson from Hanson, honestly.
Fantastic.
And so it's going to be awesome. But I'm sure people want to hear you play some more.
What? They're crazy. Yeah, no problems. I'll play a couple little things and, you know, have a bit of fun. What do you say?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Hey, so oh shit, I should move that camera down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what's happening here.
Oh, he's going to scoot back.
I was going to scoot back a little. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Same. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Scott. Sorry, guys. Just getting my band ready here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.
All righty. Okay.
Man.
How are those horns? Hey,
Yeah, they sound great.
they sound great, man. Performed by real musicians.
Man, I have these guys in here that are just like, they're like, holy shit, man, I can't wait till that record comes out. They're like,
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Scotty and the guy. I don't know who else is. I know Scott's there, but
John Pointer, he's my
John who beatboxed on our track the other week.
Yeah.
John, get his face in there. I want to see his face.
Come over here.
I just want to say g'day because we worked on some music and I've never got to actually meet the guy.
Yeah. Hold on, Richard.
How are you, John?
Man.
I just want to say g'day, mate, and thank you for beatboxing the other week on one of our tracks. That was fantastic.
Oh man, it was so much fun. I got another thing that we're gonna send to you guys. I think.
Okay.
To get out of this whole sprint.
Yeah.
No worries. But anyway, John's behind the scenes too, guys. So he's also helping Carlos and Scott and the Sims Foundation. So I just wanted to meet him and also get everybody to see some of the guys behind the scenes. So great to see you over here. Hopefully we get to have a drink one day, man, and hang out.
Yeah, right? Yeah, looking forward to that. I like drinking.
Yeah. No worries, man. Yeah, I just want to say g'day. So it's good to put a face to a name,
Likewise.
Absolutely,
And you sound so good, man. We're just
I
jamming
appreciate it.
on the other side of the glass. Just
Yeah,
like,
everybody's over there like, Jesus, oh my God, this is so great.
Sims Foundation, I'm gonna need a neck massage after this.
Exactly. And I appreciate it, man. Well, this is something we do with Carlos and live, and it's a really great thing. So I'm just trying to give it some justice by doing it by myself. So, obviously I wish we could all do it live, but there'll be a time when that happen.
I was telling Scott that I got to listen to them working on the horn parts
Gotcha.
before they went out to do the gig with you guys, and it was just like, oh, God, this is gonna be sick.
Oh yeah, it was, man. I wish we captured that night because a lot of people were so impressed. We're like, no, this is our first gig. They're like, how tight are you guys? I'm like, we just rehearsed during the day. Like, it was like, but everybody put in the homework. I'm not, so we all did our homework and it sounded great. But no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we're just hanging for the next one, So
Yeah.
I'm gonna run in there and get ready to do some switching. But
no worries. Great to meet you, mate. All right.
Thank you so much.
No worries, John. Sorry, Carlos. I just had to see John.
Oh, it's great, man. I totally forgot that he was on a track with us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like Shaben's watching the show too.
Shaben. How are you, Shaben?
Shaben's on.
Do we have a few more donations, Carlos?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so Dina McMillan. Thank you, Dina. Denise Unra. How are you, Denise? I know Denise. See you a lot at some shows. Thank you so much for supporting this and being involved. And Catherine Williams. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. And And please, if you can, anything you can, this text Sims if you're in the United States, SAMS to 44321. PayPal, which is info@simsfoundation.org, and or at the website, which is simsfoundation.org/donate. So anything helps, guys. And Carlos and the team have been doing an amazing job and just trying to raise awareness and obviously some donations to help. And this is a really reputable charity and cause. So please, anything.
It's weird how you and I have been playing this music and working on these tracks for so long, and you kind of disconnect yourself from what other people think. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I don't even. It's this cool thing that I'm doing with my friends.
Yeah.
And now that I get not a lot of people have heard it really. Like my friends don't really know about it and stuff. And so the reactions that they're getting, it's really awesome. It's like,
oh, good.
You know what I mean? It's like, people are gonna like this when our record comes out.
I think so. I mean, and like exactly what you just said. My philosophy, and so is Christians, is like when we work on music or with anyone, it's like as long as we like it, that's it. Because if you you know what it's like, you try to make someone else happy, it doesn't work. So as long as you're happy playing it, there's going to be people that will connect somewhere somehow. So
it looks like your boy Morris is watching as well.
Morris Connor,
yeah.
What's up, Morris? How are you, man?
He was on a track with you guys too, right?
Oh, Morris has been on a few. You're probably the current leader of how many tracks you've been on in videos with us.
Yeah.
Morris is a close second. He's definitely been on a few. One with just him and I and Christian, and then one with Frank and Barley, which is one of Morris's best friends, and we were so lucky to meet Frank through Morris. And anyway, so yeah, Morris is definitely there, and I'm glad that you're on, Mo. Thank you for supporting, mate. Appreciate it.
Does Morris plays in the band with you?
Yeah, he's Morris O'Connor is the other guitar player. He's been in there longer than I have. I'm kind of the one of the newest members, well, last 6 years. But and Morris is amazing. Morris has played with, you name it, from everybody, Stevie Wonder, from En Vogue to Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like I'd be here all day telling you who he's worked with. But and they're all my big brothers, man. I learned so much from them, and
right.
It's just amazing to just be able to share experiences. And Morris and I have a great relationship, and I know he won't mind me talking about it, but we're very open about everything that we talk about. And I don't know if a lot of other musicians do that when they're on tour, because like we were talking about before, not every situation is ideal, or you're put together with a group of people that everyone gets along with. I'm fortunate enough that I have that group of people, and we do have conversations that are very important to our mental health and our well-being while we're on the road. So I can't stress that enough to all my musician friends who are listening. Talk about it, like it's whatever is on your mind or on your chest, because I know personally that really helps me a lot if ever there's any issues, and it's just, there's nothing wrong with it or any shame in it. We're human beings. We go through ups and downs, and that's just life, and I just would like to encourage, and that's why I mentioned Morris, because him and I have many of these conversations when we're both on the road, and with anyone else, that we just try and encourage people. And if we see someone's down, we'll try and lift them up, or just ask what's up, or, not try and maybe fix anything right there, but just to hear them out, just to hear that they've got something on their chest or on their mind. And, just to let, I always want to let it be known that I'm there for my brothers, sisters, whatever. They can always reach out and speak, and don't ever feel weird or like shy, or whatever time of day it is. It's very, very important that we can communicate as best as we can,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really good point. I mean, it's just like mental health and being there for each other, and being there, like Sims is definitely like an anchor for a lot of musicians here in Austin, that they know that they can reach out to Sims, and they have, this guy that I started playing with my career in Austin, basically, Bob Schneider, he was saying that, he was on the show with Mraz. They kind of, the other day, they kind of split the show. And he was saying that, he never really valued himself that much to actually spend $150 on therapy or whatever. It was like a secondary thing. And because of Sims, it was like $10, and he was like, oh, I can do that. And then after like years of therapy, he really he said, it really changed his life, because I've used Sim services, basically had therapists and through them for like 12 years.
That's amazing.
And there's thousands of musicians that it's helping. So, I wish the organization was nationwide. So hopefully we can, there's hopefully there's something like that in the future where the organization can expand. But right now, I mean, it takes money, and so
Absolutely.
we're begging you guys. We're not begging, but I'm just saying, like, we're pleading
Please,
for you
yeah,
guys to donate. Text SIMS to 44321. Anything helps. PayPal. Email address is info@simsfoundation.org, or go straight to the website simsfoundation.org/donate.
yeah. And I want to touch upon, I know you said that usually the case is, especially with musicians and stuff, it's usually a money thing, right? People sort of, like you said, don't want to invest that money into themselves, which is really like, you'll buy a pair of $150 shoes that'll only last maybe a year, but $150 as an investment into your own self is incredible. And I've been definitely looking into that, and definitely looking at speaking to therapists myself, just for whatever reasons, and that it's something that I feel as though you can reach out, and Sims is, if you're in Austin, obviously Sims works great, but there are other places too that you can look at that could also help you to not be scared of looking elsewhere just because of the dollar, and especially now that it's a little bit tight. But Sims is fantastic, and like I said, I'm surprised, and not, well, a little bit surprised, but I wish that was available for everybody in the community all around the world, because it's kind of almost an unspoken thing, right? In our world, all that sort of stuff, because you're always supposed to be like, hey, you've got a great life, you travel, what are you complaining about? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, what do you have to complain about? It's like, well, it's not that simple always, so.
Yeah, I think too, it's in the past 10 years, I think there used to be like a stigma with depression and anxiety and stuff, and mental health in general, and people didn't really want to talk about it. And now it seems like it's not that way anymore. There's a whole movement about wellness and taking care of yourself and your mind and your body, and so that's really cool. So that kind of it just kind of speaks to the message and elevates the whole thing.
100%. I think the stigma's been lifted a lot too, because like, I think we're just at that great age where, in the sense, great age, but where we're kind of, those type of things are not, we're realizing it's very important, not just for musicians, but for humans,
Right.
It's like, that saying, it's like, you can't carry all that weight on your shoulders or keep it inside. It's just not healthy, and it's proven that it's not healthy. And there are so many people to talk to, starting from your friends that are always going to be there, to amazing organizations like Sims for musicians, and obviously a lot of other organizations if you're not a musician. So like Carlos said, please guys, donate as much as you can. I know it's anything helps. So Sims, SMS to 44321, PayPal, info@simsfoundation.org, or at the website simsfoundation.org/donate.
So we have time for one more.
One more?
I think so.
Am I taking requests now? Is that what it is? Two more? Whatever you guys want. How do you want to you want me to play out and then you guys will end the thing, or do you want to go? Yeah. So we can say our goodbyes now, Carlos.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And if you guys, what Serg, we have a project together called the Intergalactics, which is what he is playing right now. Hopefully the record's going to come out soon.
Yeah, thank you guys. I just want to say a big thank you to you, Carlos and Scott and the team and John, everyone that's involved, and I really appreciate you having me. And I know it takes a second to get this going and all the technology and stuff, but we made it happen, and I'm really thankful and appreciative for the opportunity, man. So. And like I said, thank you to everyone that's been checking it out. I don't know how many people we had today, but I see Karen Cavazos and Michael Abaddon have donated as well. Is that right?
Yep.
So big thanks to you guys. And like Carlos said, even once this series stops, you can still donate to Sims. Please do so and help out an amazing cause. And let's spread that positive message for everybody.
Yeah, we got to thank. Now that we're wrapping up, I haven't thanked all these people all the time, but we've got my cousin Paul Sparks, who did all the artwork for all the social media posts. He just cranked it out for us. John Pointer, obviously, and Scott Railing here at the production facility for making this happen, and the staff at the Sims office. They're all every day. They're like on it, checking the donations and making sure that everything's going right at the office. And it's Maria, Betsy, James, and our executive director Patsy. Thank you guys. It's been fun. This is our second to last show. Tomorrow night is Taylor Hanson from the band Hanson. And Serg, take us out, buddy.
No worries. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't know what I've got pulled up here, but let me just play whatever. And if the time runs out, it runs out, and we'll catch up. Cool. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad. Thanks for everybody who tuned in and to all the Sims Foundation and all the crew. So thank you so much. Here, I'll play a little something. Let me work it out. Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
How's it going? We're good?
We're good if you want to. You don't have to stop.
Oh, are we still going?
We're still going.
Oh, my God. Didn't even know that. I thought we were finished.
Nah, we're just.
Play some more?
Yeah, do one more. Come on.
All
You
right,
still got
sorry,
people
man.
watching.
I didn't even know that. And my girl came in saying, hey, that was great. I was like, what? I think I'm still performing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm just going to play one more little
Yeah,
one.
do one more. Come on, man.
Yeah. All right, here we go, man. I love this one.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray. Yes, off the charts, but always in your hearts. And the Sims Foundation out of Austin, Texas, provides mental health and addiction recovery services for musicians, their families, their teams, their crews. You call them roadies, we call them techs, everybody involved in putting a live situation together. So do me a favor, if you have the resources, text SIMS to 44321 or PayPal at simsfoundation.org, or very simply check out the website, simsfoundation.org/donate. Do it now, man. These people are counting on you, especially during these times. Thank you.